This is Samantha. She's a Basset. She belonged to our youngest son, who passed away in October. And we've taken her in with us. His other dog, Polgara, went to Helena, Montana to be with our oldest daughter, Jolie. Over here you have Rusty, the lab. He loves pieces of wood. He probably goes through a stick or two every couple of days. And then over here on your right, well, he's run away now. Jody! Come on, Jody dog. Well, maybe she's got herself wrapped around a stick also. And she's our oldest dog. He's our oldest dog. And she's got a real personality. And that's our conglomeration of pets. Over the years, we've raised our own beef, our own pigs, our own chickens, raised our own eggs. Mostly when the kids were here to give them chores, and it was cheap, cheaper than buying at the store. So this piece of property has afforded us a very good lifestyle. We raised pecans, which in the years when the kids were younger, that was Christmas. We were able to gather enough pecans and sell them to pay for Christmas, and the bearded little guy that would show up Christmas morning. And it's just been a great place. It's kid friendly. We got swing sets, so on and so forth, a little playhouse, and it's just a great place. You know, I have to tell you, I came here when I was 13 years old in 1958. My grandparents had moved here and bought a piece of property across the road. And I came to visit one summer, and at that point in my life, I decided that this is where I wanted to be. I just loved the quietness of it. We are at the entrance to Zion National Park, which now brings 3 million people a year, but back then there was only 69 people in Rockville. I'm also happy to say that at this point I've got my grandson Peyton is here with me. And we'll put him on and let him say a few words. He's a good beginning of what I was when I was a boy. He's a 6'4", and he's a good student. Graduated from high school now, and his pleasure and enjoyment in his life is writing.
Yeah, I'm Peyton. I help my grandpa with his job up at the O.C. Tanner Amphitheater. It's a college theater that does live music and stuff. He's not able to move around as much as he used to be when he was younger and a little bit more fit. I help him, you know, if he needs to run around, turn some stage lights on, or get somebody's attention. And it'd just be really nice to have my grandpa able to go around with me and maybe take a bike ride with us, and it'd just be nice to have a nice big grandpa around. So if you guys could help him out with that, that'd be really nice.
Love you, boy.
Yeah.
The other side of the camera right now is my oldest son, Dale, who is a brewer of handcrafted beers in Springdale, Utah, which is a short distance away. He's very active. He rides a bike a lot. He hikes a lot with his wife, Harley, who is a supervisor over the transit system at Zion National Park. He's also a fitness buff, and he's missing a workout right now to assist me with this video. And son, is there anything you'd like to say to the folks?
I'd like to say that I love my dad a lot, and I'd love to see my dad get out and run and play like that. I know that he wants to get out and run and play. My dad's 65 years young. I feel like the guy's got decades left ahead of him. If he puts some serious effort into it. My dad needs a lifestyle change is what he needs. He's been doing these diets that more or less starve somebody instead of working for it. My dad's a very competitive man. I feel that he'd get on your folks' show. He'd eat your program alive. Literally. He'd eat your program alive. He'd be one of your best contestants you'd ever had on there. But there's anything you folks can do to help out my dad, I'd sure appreciate it. I can remember as a child doing more things with my dad, fishing. As we got older, both of us, he needed to be on the road more to put food on the table for the family, and he did all of this for us. We would like to help him out and get him up, get him running, get him on his bike. He's got two twin brothers that are just literally a few months younger than him, and I go out biking with one of them. My Uncle Morgan was 64 years old, and I always tell my Uncle Morgan, my dad gets back on this bike and gets lean, he's going to make us all look like fools. So I challenge him to that, and hopefully you folks can help him with that challenge. Yeah, it'd be a good thing. Thanks, and I'll get back on the other side of the camera so I don't scare you with a big, hairy beard.
Thanks, son. I appreciate that, and I want you to know that I love you a lot too, as I do all my children and grandchildren. We have 15 grandchildren and 3 great-great-grandchildren, and sometimes that can make you feel old. I don't feel old. I just feel encumbered by years of abuse to some degree, and a lot of lack of exercise due to my work. I was either on the road in my vehicle or in people's offices, and I became quite sedentary. And up until my knees started to really bother me, I could keep up. I could do a lot of things. But the knees got bad, which I had replaced a year ago, December. The knees are doing fine. I get a little pinch in the sciatic nerve, which gives me fits, but if you look around where we're at, it's a magnificent place, and there are so many things I've done here as a child that I'd like to do again. Being on top of this mesa here that you're seeing now, it's quite an experience to get up there and look down on what's ours and just the world in general. It's a great place, a lot of beauty, a lot of history, and I if nothing else, if I never see you again as far as the Biggest Loser's concerned, I'd invite you to come to Zion National Park and see some of the beauties of our country. It's a great, magnificent place, and I love it. I couldn't be far from it at this point in my life. It's part of my heartbeat. And you know, there's a lot of things that you say and suggest to do, and I hope I've covered some of it. I'm a very personable person, outgoing. Like I say, I come from a family of 12 children. My father was a college professor of physics at the University of Utah. His father was president of 2 universities, Utah State University, Brigham Young University, for 25 years. I have a good posterity. On my mom's side, I have the Steed family, which is some of the greatest hardworking people you'll ever want to meet. My granddad and grandma built a house here, lived here for a number of years. They've since passed, but my mom and dad ended up with their house here. I lost my dad about 10 years ago, but my mother, 82, is still here. Hey, we're back. My wife has a few things to say.
I'd just like you to know that Bernie really needs your help. He started putting weight back on in the 70s. We've always taken trips to Disneyland with our children, now our grandchildren, 2 times a year sometimes, but it's just not the same. Last time we went, it's been a year and a half ago, he spent the time on a cart, wasn't able to go on hardly any of the rides. It just wasn't as an enjoyable time. Disneyland's been a big part of our life, and we'd like it to be a big part of our life again. He really needs the structured that you offer in your program.
Thank you, dear. Well, Biggest Loser, we've come to the end. We're about at the 10-minute mark. We'd just like to say that I would really need your help. I would deeply appreciate anything you can do to help us, and hopefully we'll see you again.